Alright, let me show you how you can record somebody's audio right from their phone using your web application. In order to do this, first thing you need to do is to give them a web page where they can interact with. So for this, I'll create a simple HTML page. In this HTML page, I'll just give them something interactive, something I know a user would want to see. So in this instance, let me do this. I'll paste in a video of Tinubu sharing money. Click here to download. Yes, a user might be interested in seeing Tinubu sharing money, and when they click on this download, I might actually download the video for them, but behind the scene, I would be listening to whatever the user is saying in their microphone. In order to make this work, all this is going to happen in a JavaScript file. I'll put in the JavaScript file, which is listen to person.js. Inside listen to person.js, this is where all the magic happens. First thing I'll do is get access to the speech recognition engine of the browser. So for speech recognition, that is equals to window.speechRecognition. Window.speechRecognition or window.webkit speech recognition. So once I have this, the next thing I'll do is to create speech recognition instance. Now that I have an instance of speech recognition, remember in my HTML, I have this output and I also have a header and I also have a button. So when a user clicks on this button, I will give them an output saying that, oh, your download is happening, but behind the scene, I can be hearing what they are saying, and whatever they are saying will come into this header. So right now, let's grab this button that user needs to click on. So for this, I will do document.query selector, and then I'll pick the button since I have just one button on my page, and then add an event listener to it. And in this case, I need to add the event listener of click. So when a user clicks on this button, that is when the magic happens. So when click happens, I take my speech recognition, which is the instance of the speech recognition engine, and then set it to continuous equals false. The next thing I'll say is speech recognition dot language, which is lang, equals the caps, and then the last thing is speech recognition start. And then document.query selector. So I need to tell the user that, oh, your download is happening, please wait. So I'll take the div with the ID of output, and then the inner HTML is equals to downloading. Now user thinks we're downloading, however, I am listening. Yes, right now user think we're actually downloading. However, behind the scene, I'm listening to what the user is saying in their audio. There is one more thing I need to do. So I'll take the speech recognition dot onResult. So when the speech recognition engine receives any voice prompts from the user, the speech recognition engine will then take the transcripts, takes whatever the user says, which is event.result, and then we want to pick the last thing from whatever the user says, event.result dot length -1, then pick the first element of the last thing the user said. Once we get the last thing the user said, then we transcript. So finally we have document.query selector, which is now the output div with ID of hearer. Now what the user is saying, we take that and then we say text content plus equals whatever the transcript is, and then we add a space to it. Yes, so right now let's check our browser. It says unexpected equals to at line 17. Okay, const transcript. Yeah, that's fine. So right now let's check our page and then click on this. You see, I clicked, it tells me downloading, however I am listening, and you can see what is happening behind the scene, right? It says click on this. If I click on it again, it will still listen to whatever I said. I need to put it here. You see, it's still listening to whatever I said, and I'll put it here. This is one way to capture users' audio and put it on. However, in a real life scenario, you don't want user to clicking on download before you listen to whatever they're saying. So let's improve on whatever we have here. Instead of waiting for user to click on the download button, what we can do is to add an event listener. So we can say document.add event listener, and the event listener we're going to add in this case is the DOM content loaded event listener. So the moment this document is loaded, DOM content loaded, the moment this document is loaded, that is when we can do all this. So we say speech recognition.continuous equals true. We want the speech recognition to keep listening regardless of if the user pause. Whenever the user continue, the speech recognition engine will keep listening to whatever the user is saying. ENUS, and then we can do speech recognition start. So right now, the moment this document is loaded, the user microphone is open and we can just keep listening. You see, this is what I have here, and this thing I'm still saying will still be recorded. So right now I'm listening to the user and I'm just putting it to the screen. Imagine if I'm listening to the user and I'm sending it to a server for further processing. There are so many apps that are listening to whatever you're saying on your phone, even in the browser. You just have to understand your background processes and know when your microphone is in use. Thank you.